going to be a very challenging job, and it's hard. So I need you to be compassionate to your patients. Do not scold your patients, and do not scold your teammates. Since you have to remember that this is one of the medical schools that has the most diverse student population. I think as of this writing, we are more than 20 nationalities. So you'll be able to interact with people of different nationalities. So there are some things that you might be able to watch out. Like, for example, in Bohol, where we rotate, they notice that they don't wear helmets. So maybe it's up to some of you to be able to raise that awareness. Lastly, I want you to give 100%, 110%.
Name's Dan.
And I'm Angel, and we are second-year students of Southwestern University Phinma School of Medicine. My COVID story started with a meeting with the different leaders of AMSA, the Asian Medical Students Association in Cebu, which includes all the medical schools here. So we started with Cebu Crisis Assistance Team, or CCAT. We are guided by our mentors, Dr. Bayang, Doc Madamba, and Doc Celosia. So we didn't want to bring the name of our organization because we want to emphasize that we are motivated by our civic duties. So CCAT handles donations, volunteer work, and mental health advocacies during this pandemic, and I am in charge of the donations committee part, and we go as far as Bugo and Argao to deliver PPEs, masks, alcohols, and sometimes food.
So my story naman started when Angel invited me. So I hopped on the team, and ever since March 16, we've been delivering goods, food, PPEs, any kinds of donations all over Cebu.
First is don't be too hard on yourself. If you cannot force a sense of normalcy to achieve productivity during this time, it's totally okay because we are not living in normal times. So second is call up on your friends, check up on them, especially our friends there now who battle mental health issues and all others. Yeah. Next is be proactive during this time. Always stand with the underprivileged people, the people who are oppressed. We must point out what's wrong. And if we can't, we should not silence the people who do so.
I hope mabigyan natin ng importansya yung mga security guards, janitors, street cleaners, those jobs that we take for granted na hindi natin alam essential para. They're still at risk na, they can still get the disease, but still they do their job still every day during this pandemic because their job is essential to get our normal life going.
The first is human connection. So we have to cherish the time and the moments we get to spend with our loved ones. We should never take for granted yung mga shared moments, even yung mga simple na, asakaw, one bat, or siomay ta, mga ganyan. So, second is empathy. So, empathy will help us relate to the world. If we only know how to understand people, especially those who are underprivileged ones, we could be more gentle, we could be more compassionate, we would better understand things. And then third is the promise to make a better world. So we have to be good citizens of our country, and when it is our time to actually lead, we should create a community of inclusion. A place that is considerate to all, the layman, the differently abled people, the LGBTQ community, the people living with HIV, and all others. We have to remind ourselves na, in a matter of life and death, all the labels just fall off. And we are all just individuals renting time and home in this earth. So yun lang.
Hi guys, I'm Juvel, a registered nurse and a medical student from Southwestern University, Phinma. Our goal is to raise awareness and to contribute to the needs of our health workers in order to lessen the cross-contamination and protect life, not only those who are sick, but of course our colleagues and allied health workers. With the help of my team, we have distributed a total of 2,805 DIY face shields to our frontliners from different hospitals and barangays, 70% ethyl alcohol, cloth masks, and food packs. We are also organizing a Lend a Buy project program to our frontliners who are experiencing difficulty going. University of Santo Tomas, headed by Cici Romina and with some of the Bulbo players, are also teaming with us to help address the critical shortage of medical supplies. We distributed 300 health kits, which include gloves, face masks, alcohol, oral antiseptics, and face shields. And by next week, we will continue to deliver PPEs to our frontliners. So thank you to all who donated, especially in these difficult times. We really need to embrace the possibility of something better and be part of the system and being instruments of hope.
So, aside from the fear brought about with the risk of possibly acquired disease, I would say it's really the uncertainty inside of me that's really distressed, especially that I'm far from my home, that I'm far from my family. Each day is actually an uncertainty whether I'd be affected with the disease or not, or whether my family would turn out to be just safe or not, and of whether everything would end sooner or not. And from this uncertainty, I have come to realize how important it is to live each day as if it's my last. I've learned to value my family even more. That this pandemic taught me to give more time and attention to the things I've taken advantage before. It also taught me the power of helping one another. That no matter how little we think your actions are, that we don't need to be rich to help others. That we don't need to have big plans or grandiose projects because helping just needs you. Everything starts within that small wheel inside of us to help other people. Cliche that it may sound, but trust me, your own act of giving will go a long way. That our cumulative will to help would really make a huge difference.
See, today is the start of your journey of becoming the doctor you want to be. Today, not on your second year, nor your third year. The habits that you build now will make or break you. We have to push ourselves outside our comfort zones, as it is the only way we can see how far we can go. This you owe to yourselves. But then again, learn how to prioritize. With that said, join organizations that share the same passion as you. Go try out for that sport that you've always planned to play but never got around to actually doing. Go put yourself out there, try new things, meet new people. You never know, along the way, you might find someone who will inspire you, a mentor. Along the way, you might find your calling. But years from now, as you are in a position that we are in, as you enter your third year in medicine, I hope that the fire inside you still burns. I hope that you're filled with knowledge as deep as the ocean and compassion for the less fortunate. As doctors, it is essential for us to be compassionate. Before I leave you, I want to remind you of the things that are very essential for your survival in medicine. Number one, keep contact with your family. You are never too busy studying for an exam to not give them a call. Number two, find your circle. These five or four friends that you keep close, they will be there when things hit the fan. Number three, lastly, don't forget to enjoy. Party hard, study harder, and pray the hardest. Thank you and good morning.
To inspire us all even further, let us watch student testimonials of hardships and success along their journey in the SOM or School of Medicine, Southwestern University, Phinma.
Good day, freshies! Welcome to Southwestern University Phinma School of Medicine. As you embark on your new journey towards your dreams as future doctors, thank you for choosing and trusting School Phinma.
Hi, I'm Jesh, a second year and a Phinma Presidential Scholar.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Southwestern University School of Medicine.
How challenging was first year med? Very challenging. For this will serve as your adjustment phase. This is the time that you will learn how to manage your time, your study habits, and how to balance your social, emotional, mental, and spiritual life.
I was a fresh college grad when I entered med, but I also had a hard time adjusting. The biggest challenge was how to manage time and how to be productive with such a limited time. Being able to cover up everything for the examinations and to submit all the activities on time. How I study or my study habit also became a challenge for me.
So, med school is not an easy course. For me, it's the hardest. It's not something to discourage you from pursuing it, but it's really the truth, and I want you to be prepared for it. I passed my med school, but that doesn't mean that I didn't fail an assessment. I failed, right? And most of the students failed also. You need to do good. You need to do better, right?
I myself had a fair share of those struggles too. Like, I just want to take a short nap, but then I ended up sleeping for the whole 8 hours.
Ups will primarily be getting good results in examinations, practicals, activities, and downs will be the opposite. That's it.
With your books always, because most of the exams are coming from the books. So I hope you will enjoy your schooling. Get blessed in your journey in your medicine. Thank you very much.
You can cry, you can rest if you're tired, but never give up. Study hard and pray. Laban lang ta future doctors. Welcome to medicine and see you.
So here are some easy tips that will help you survive first year. First tip, is that you should have proper time management and study scheduling. You can download some applications on your smartphones that can help you plot your study schedule easily and will help you study well and focus well. Especially now that we're having online classes, there are many distractions everywhere. So it is really important for you to have a application that can help you focus and can study well. Second tip, repetition is the key to good comprehension. As much as possible, you should read your topics 2 to 3 times at least in order for you to have a way much better understanding and good memory of the topic. I can attest to that. Third tip, always put in mind that what you're holding in the future is someone else's life. So you should study and answer exams not just to pass, but always think that someone's life depends on it, or it depends on you. Which means that you should never get wrong or should never fail. When you have that kind of mindset, that there is no problem of you passing or even acing your exams, your SGDs, and all others. No pressure, future doctors. This is just the start. You are not just opening a new chapter, but a new book of your life. Hustle hard, Vipers. Again, welcome to Southwestern University Phinma School of Medicine.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Juvel Ducay. I'm a third-year student, and it is my honor to share with you my life experiences of how I eventually landed and continue to thrive at med school. It was year 2014 when I was still second-year college taking my pharmacy course. My dad suddenly stopped working abroad due to diabetes, and our family was not financially prepared at the time. Year 2010, my eldest sister died due to brain tumor. She was supposed to be taking her nursing board exam, that's 2 weeks after she died. It was very devastating to the family. And the time that my dad also stopped working abroad, it was the time when my brother was still doing his training as a seaman, and my other sister, was still continuing her dentistry studies, and myself, I was doing my pharmacy course. It was also the years when our fishing business really went down because of the typhoon damages. So you see, it was very hard for our family, and that's why I really didn't expect that I may still be able to pursue my dream of becoming a physician. But these challenges led me to discover myself more and use my utmost potentials, so I became independent. My passion of doing modeling and pageantry became a job. I also used my hosting skills to have an additional income and pay for my tuition and everything. Lucky me, because with God's grace, I was able to graduate as cum laude, and I was able to stand on my own, and at the same time supported my family by providing the maintenance meds of my dad and my mom, and also help for the studies of my sister. I even worked as a medical representative for a few months. And here's the one of the turning point of my life that I really treasure the most. It was one cheerful evening when my sister suddenly called and she was crying. And I wondered why, but when she said that, with all the tears, she said that she passed the board exam for the dentistry. And I was like, and I started crying, and my mom started crying. And one line that really struck me was when my sister said that, ikaw naman. In English, it means it's your turn. So it's my turn to pursue my dream of becoming a physician. So I cried a lot. I was in Manila by that time. I was having the Miss Philippines Tourism Role of 2018. So I decided to go back to Cebu to take the NMAT and applied for the scholarship. And I went back to Manila for the pageant. And then I felt so blessed because I was able to win one of the titles in Manila. I was also able to pass my NMAT exam, and I was also chosen as one of the presidential scholars. So I was very happy, and I felt really blessed because of all the hardships that I've had. It's like everything paid off. So having said everything, I want to quote this from Kuya Carlo Monteo from his Facebook account. That in life, for whatever challenges we face, we should not react. Instead, we respond. Our attitude towards everything matters. how we handle situations, and how we push through things to reach our goals. For me, faith, determination, and hard work, these are just few of the things that I always apply to myself because everything that's worth having is never easy. So in 2018, with so much joy, I enrolled in med school, and now I reached third year, still independent, trying to cope up with my job as a model and event host, and at the same time attend to the needs of my studies. So to sum up everything, I just want to share my greatest motto in life to you. It's laban lang yun. I always tell that to my friends na laban lang yun because it means to never stop. Be hungry for success and never forget to always be kind even if others are not or if others cannot because we will never know who's gonna be your future colleague in the workplace. And in men's school too, for me, it is also very important to have your circle who will not compete with each other but instead help each other to be able to study well and pass. Because isn't it sweet to enjoy med school together and become physicians together? There were also a lot of times when I felt I can no longer do this. Stress, over fatigue, and no sleep. But what keeps me going is that I always look back and see how far I've got. And so I just rest and I don't quit. So, yes, if you are already very tired, please rest but don't quit. And always believe in God's plans because God will really provide. So, I hope at some point I was able to inspire you to keep going and let's reach the title MD soon. Thank you.
Hello everyone, good morning. I'm Amabelle Marquez, an incoming third year medical student, and I'm happy to share with you today some of my experiences and learnings during the past years in med school. The first year in med school is probably one of the hardest part of medicine, since during this time you have to learn how to adjust to a new life of studying. This time more diligently, and this time more effectively. In med school, you have to give up the kind of freedom that you have come to enjoy during your undergrad years. Because studying medicine will challenge you mentally, physically, emotionally, as well as financially. However, despite all of that, we still continue to strive simply because we know that it's worth fighting for. Next. The ups and downs of studying medicine. Well, there are a lot of moments in med school that you would want to look back and look forward to. This includes the opportunity to be trained by excellent professors, as well as the opportunity to learn new things, things that you never thought existed, as well as things that could actually save a life someday. It is truly an honor and a privilege to be able to experience the wonders of life firsthand through medicine. However, the commitment and time it takes to complete medical school requires a lot of sacrifice. In here, we are pushed to the extent of our abilities, not to mention the endless pile of books to study and long sleepless nights coupled with feelings of not being enough and of not doing enough. But by the grace of God and with the strong support of family, friends, and teachers, I believe we can all overcome these obstacles and eventually rise above them. And lastly, my advice to the incoming first year medical students. Well, I may not have the best advice knowing that each medical student have different ways of coping throughout med school. However, allow me to share with you some of the principles that have kept me going throughout the years. Number one is to start with the end in mind. I believe it is very important to know first within yourself why you are here and what are your goals as you enter the world of medicine. Be firm with your goals and be grateful that you have the chance to turn your dreams into reality. The second advice is to just keep moving forward. Obstacles and failures may come along the way, but find comfort in the fact that these things are temporary. In fact, these are milestones that will help us grow and become the best that we can be. And lastly, I'd like you to remember this quote from Al-Hirayeth that getting rich is not the ultimate goal, but finding peace and fulfillment in what you do, and at the same time, serving a purpose that is beyond oneself. Success stories are not defined by all the things you have gained, but it is about what you have become and the wisdom you take with you. It is no longer about power, but impact. It is not just about satisfaction, but joy, not about height, but depth. Fellow students, I hope we all find that kind of joy and fulfillment as we go through this journey. And as they say, let us faith it till we make it. Thank you for listening. Thank you and God bless.
I am Richie Dayan Godoy, but you can call me Yana. I am a fourth-year medical clerk. It is already given that you need time management and discipline. You also need to understand the people around you and be vigilant of everything. And most of all, you have to have a lot of patience, like a lot. But personally, the very secret of being able to survive the hardship of med school and having all these extras are my friends. Friends who became my family. They're always there to support me, and not even once that I felt alone in this journey. Honestly, my circle is small, but I can guarantee that each of us genuinely cares for each other. So I guess the greatest advice that I can give you is to cultivate friendship amongst yourselves. Find where you will fit the best, and from there, trust me, something magical will happen. You will thrive when you are with the right people. And of course, always remember why you are here in the first place, and never, ever forget where you've been just to reach the dream that you wish to achieve. Rest if you must, but never stop. If you can't run, walk. If walking becomes painful, then crawl. Grit and grind. That's all there is. Be firm, stand tall, and you will have it all. So I guess that ends my speech, and I would like to welcome all of you again, and I hope to see you soon once this crisis will end. Thank you.